Firstly, you need to understand what is the importance of exit status. With shell scripts, you are going to make utilities which may be used by some other users in the future, or it can be used by some other programs also. And if your script is used by other programs, then you should make sure that your script is written in such a way that other program can understand whether our script is giving the proper statuses, so that based on our status the other program is going to work. In general, it applies to all the commands or whatever we use in our day-to-day work. Either you put ls, grep, or whatever the commands we use in day-to-day job, okay, they provide the proper exit status. So all those commands return in certain status so that we can use those states to write a shell program. Now we're talking about exit status. So like whatever what this particular programs returns, actually what it is going to return, it is going to return a value from 0 to 255. It's not going to tell you a status whether it is a success or a failure with a certain strings printing on the screen. It is going to return some values, and those values ranges from 0 to 255. So in this 0 to 255, if the exit status is equal to 0, then we can say it is successful. Or if the exit status is from 1 to 255, then it is a failure. Or even it is partially completed. Depends upon the command to command. So let's talk about some standard states, and it is always recommended for the user to not to use the values more than the value which is more than 125. So it is always recommended for the user to use the values from 0 to 125, whereas the remaining values are widely used by the system. So here are some of the values, so which are the in general standard values, which is 126, which is nothing but permission is denied. So did you ever, if you perform any action which is not allowed for you, which you get permission denied errors? So let's say for an instance, if you try to execute a file which does not have an executable permission, then you see a permission denied errors, right? So in that case, we usually see 126 as exit status. The next one is 127, which is command not found. In this case, if you are running a command which doesn't exist in directories which are set in the path variable, then you receive a command not found error. And usually in such cases, so we see 127 as the exit status. And the next very important one we have is the kill states. Okay, so if there is any value more than 128, so we can tell that particular program or the command whatever you executed has been killed by a kill command with a certain signal. And that's the reason we have a simple calculation, which is 128 plus n is equal to the status of the program which it has returned if it is more than 128. So if you ever wonder what all the signals we can use with kill command, so you have a certain option which is kill -l, which tells you what all the signals you can pass to a particular command, particular process ID, I can say. So here in general we may use usually -15, so which is the default if you don't use any value, or -9, which is a forceful kill, or -2, which is nothing but interrupt, so which is nothing but a control C, and -1, which is nothing but signal hub to reload the configurations. And so let's see a small example with a small formula whatever we have used. Assume you have an exit status which is 130, so you apply this particular formula. So 128 plus n is equal to 130, and if you see, you get the value as 2. So I can tell this particular program, or that particular program which returned the exit status, was interrupted. And let's say an example, we are having 137 as exit status, so you can see 137 minus 128 is giving you a 9 value, so you can surely tell that particular process has been killed by using kill-9 signal. So now we are pretty much clear about what are the exit status numbers. Now let's see, how do we check the exit status? How do we check the exit status is in a shell there is a special variables available. So one of the special variable, which is a dynamic variable, store the exit status of previous executed command. So what is that variable is? So exit status special variable is question mark. To access this variable, so we usually use dollar character preceding to a question mark variable. So dollar question mark to access the exit status of previous executed command. As I'm demonstrating the exit status, I'm going to use echo command to print the exit status on the screen. So it also can be used in conditions to check whether it is successful or not, as okay, by simply giving dollar question mark is hyphen eq to 0. So which we'll be covering in another part. So let's say I'm running a script which is script.sh and I'm having a code echo hello world and exit 1. So how do I return my own status in my own script? By using an exit command. So exit 1 is going to return status 1. Let's say if you have given exit space 20, you are going to get an exit status which is 20. On the terminal, once the script is completed, if you see the exit status, you are going to see the status which is written by the exit command. So let's have a small demonstration about this particular exit status. So here you can see a script, the same script which we have just now seen, but we are using an exit command without any status. If I execute that particular script and if I see the exit status, I'm going to see the exit status as 0. Why? Because exit command will return a status 0 by default if you don't specify any particular status. So let's modify this particular script and use and you see the exit status as 1. So if you put a 20 value, you're going to get an exit status as 20. If you would like to see the small standard values, I have a file so which is a one file which doesn't have an exit status. If I try to execute that one, so which I'm getting a permission denied error, so in this case I'm going to get 126 as permission denied errors. So assume I have a command which is lss. I don't have that particular command installed, and if you see echo dollar question mark and you see the exit status as 127. So for kill states, so you can see on one terminal I am running a sleep command, so which a process is running, and on another terminal if I see the process ID for that particular sleep, I get this as 5242 as my process ID. So if I use kill-9 to kill that particular process, and you can see the message which is killed, and if you see the exit status, so which it is going to tell you as 137. So if you subtract 128 from 137, you are going to get a 9 number. So that is the kill signal which we have used. And now we have pretty much discussed about what all the exit status we have. And one last point, what if any exit status is not specified? If none of the exit status is specified by using exit command, your shell script is going to return the exit status of last executed command. So in this example, so I have a single command which is grep command. I'm going to get the exit status of my grep command. So thank you for watching.